Hello fam, I welcome you back to my channel. This is Ekia Nyamie. If you are a returning viewer, thank you so much. If this is the first time you are coming across my video, hi, I'm so glad you are here. So in this video, we'll be talking about 6 major conversations you must have before you say I do. Yes, there are a lot of things that we overlook. There are lots of things that we fail to discuss before we go into the marriage. And then when we get into the marriage and reality starts setting in, we are like, we don't know what to do. We are confused because we didn't have the conversation. So that is what we'll be discussing today. 6 of these conversations. Kindly stick with me and I'll be right back. Welcome back. So first thing you have to discuss is monogamy and polygamy. My dear, don't overthink that, oh, because I met him in church, because he's a Christian, because we want to do marriage under the ordinance. I know someone who did marriage under the ordinance for 35 years. The man still went behind the woman to marry a second wife. And when it happens like that, you might think, when I go to court, the court will do this. But why don't you save yourself the stress? Sit down and have that conversation with your man, with your woman. Is this marriage going to be polygamous or monogamous? Are we going to be exclusively for each other? Not only officially marrying a second wife, but cheating and having a side chick, going to give birth outside and all those things. You need to sit down to discuss, especially the woman. Let the man know your standards, my dear. I am agreeing to spend the rest of my life with you, and I want to stay with you till God do at part. But these are the things I will not entertain. You going in for a side chick, you cheating, you going to give birth outside, you doing this and doing that. Let the man know your standards. That these things are no-go areas. There are mistakes, there are issues that will come, but let the man know that these ones, please make that discussion before you go in and you say I do. The second thing is money and family finances. Money matters is one of the things that are bringing troubles in marriages nowadays. So sit down and have the conversation. How much are you earning? How much am I earning? Who is going to take care of this? How is the structure going to be? There are a lot of structures. Okay, then I will pay for this. You do this. Okay, so every month I will give this. If it's not sufficient, then you support. I'll do this. You do that. Let's do this. Let's take joint accounts. Let's keep our individual accounts. Have time. Sit down and discuss money and finances. My dear, believe you me, when the marriage begins, that is where you know that money matters. Nowadays is one of the causative agents of troubles in the marriage. And you need to discuss is children, fertility, and family planning. How many children are we going to have? How are we going to space them? What if we have delayed or early or late pregnancy? What does our faith teach us? What do we think about family planning? What type of family planning are we both going to agree on? You need to discuss all these things before you start the journey. The fourth thing you need to discuss is culture and the power brokers in families, my dear. Especially when you are coming from different tribes, when you are coming from different backgrounds. There are some things, let me give you an example. Language and dialects. When a Fanti says Koshini, literally it means that someone who is a liar. When an Ashanti says Koshini, it means someone who is, excuse me to say, useless and hasn't made any attempt to make it in life. So you look at the culture of the person you are going to marry, some of the things that are accepted in his or her culture, some of the things that are taken serious in the person's culture. For Ashantis, my dear, you can't take funeral. You can't joke with funeral with an Ashantis. And so when you are coming from a different background and Ashantis get funeral and they try to hype it and you are like, all these things is not necessary, you are going to be in trouble. I know a friend who married a man from another tribe. And then they were eating and the man says, I will eat again. And my friend was like, hey, who did you? Who be who? And the man got angry. How dare you tell me that? But from where we are coming from, if someone tells you, hey, who did you? Who be who? It is normal. But because they are coming from different backgrounds, different cultures, it became a massive problem for them. So look at the person you are getting married to. What are the cultures? And then there are some people in some families who are the power breakers. If they talk, there are some aunties and uncles. If they talk, it's final. They even talk for the man or woman to listen more than the person's direct parents. So these are things you need to discuss. The fifth thing you need to discuss is faith, foundation, and church family. Are you coming from the same church? Are you going to worship in the same church? Is the woman leaving her church to be with the man? Even if you are in the same church, are we going to stay at where we are? When we move, what church will we go? Discuss all those things. Don't take it for granted that, oh, it's normal, we don't have to discuss it. And the last thing I want to talk about is, where are we going to stay? I've had instances where they married, they were staying in one area. The woman says, I do business this place, so I have to go and stay this place. The man says, no, you are not going. You are staying with me because I have married you. And the woman said, but my business is here. I can't be going and coming. The man says, no. You discuss that. Where are we going to stay? Who is moving to stay with who? What if I get transferred in my work? What if I have to move? You make all those plans. Sit down and have all those conversations before you go into the marriage and before you say, I do. So, my dear, these are 6 conversations I think you need to have. If you have any other conversation that you think is necessary and I didn't mention, kindly put it in the comment section for me. And thank you so much for watching this video. My name is Sequia Nyambie. Please subscribe and click on the notification if you haven't done that. And I'll see you in the next video. Nyamenkam.